The door was not supposed to be there. Evan stood still in the hallway, staring at the far end where the light was coming from. He had walked this floor every night for 3 months. Same carpet, same doors, same silence. There had never been a door at the end. Yet now, there it was. Slightly open. Light spilling out onto the floor. Evan checked the room numbers on the wall. Apartment 412 was on his left. Apartment 413 on his right. There was no number on the door ahead. "That's new," he muttered. The hallway felt colder than usual. The lights above him buzzed softly, flickering once like they were struggling to stay on. Earlier that evening, the building manager had warned him. "Whatever you do," the old man had said, not smiling, "don't go to the end of the hallway after midnight." Evan had laughed it off. Now it was 12:37 a.m. and the door was waiting. Evan took one step forward. The light inside the room dimmed slightly, like it noticed him. His heart began to race. "Hello," he called. His voice echoed strangely, repeating longer than it should have. No answer. Evan told himself it was just an unlocked storage room. Maybe maintenance forgot to close it. That had to be it. He moved closer. The smell hit him next. Not bad. Not strong. Just old. Like a room that had been closed for a very long time. He reached the door and gently pushed it open. The room inside was small and empty. White walls. No furniture. No windows. But the moment Evan stepped inside, the hallway behind him disappeared. The door closed. Silently. Evan turned around, heart pounding. "Okay," he whispered. "That's not funny." He grabbed the handle. Locked. The light above flickered. Then, from somewhere inside the walls, a soft sound began. Footsteps. Slow. Careful. Circling the room. Evan backed into the center, breathing hard. "There's no one here," he said, more to himself than anything else. The footsteps stopped. Right behind him. The light went out. And something whispered his name. The darkness pressed in on him, thick and heavy, like the air itself had turned solid. His heart hammered in his chest as he stood frozen in the middle of the room. Someone had whispered his name. Right behind him. "Who's there?" Evan asked, his voice shaking. No answer. The silence felt worse than the footsteps had. It felt expectant. Then the light flickered back on. Evan spun around. The room looked the same, small, empty, white walls, but something was different. The walls were closer now. Not by much. Just enough for him to notice. He swallowed hard. "I'm leaving." He rushed to the door and grabbed the handle again. Still locked. He pulled harder, then slammed his shoulder into it. Nothing. The door didn't even shake. From above him, a low hum started, like electricity running through the ceiling. The light buzzed, dimming and brightening in a slow rhythm. Buzz. Dim. Buzz. Evan backed away from the door. That's when he noticed the markings on the walls. They hadn't been there before. Thin lines, carved deep into the paint, running from the ceiling down to the floor. At first, he thought they were scratches. Then he realized they were tallies. Hundreds of them. Thousands. Evan's stomach turned. What is this place? A sound answered him. Not footsteps this time. Breathing. Slow. Calm. Close. Evan turned in a slow circle. The room was empty. The breathing continued. It was coming from inside the walls. "Stop," Evan whispered. "Just let me out." The breathing paused. Then a voice spoke, soft and steady. "You opened the door." Evan felt his knees weaken. "I didn't know," he said quickly. "I swear, I didn't know." The voice didn't respond right away. When it did, it sounded closer. No one ever does. The wall in front of Evan began to change. The white paint darkened, peeling away in strips, revealing something underneath. Not brick. Not concrete. Another hallway. Long and narrow, stretching far beyond where the wall should have been. A door stood at the end of it. Closed. Evan stared, his mind racing. That hallway wasn't there. "It is now," the voice said. The floor beneath Evan's feet creaked. He realized the room was moving. slowly sliding forward, pushing him toward the hallway. "No," Evan said, backing up. The wall behind him was gone, replaced by another hallway. Same length, same door at the end. Evan was standing between two hallways that hadn't existed moments before. The lights above flickered out. Emergency lights turned on along the floor, casting long red shadows. The voice spoke again, this time from everywhere at once. "Every floor has one." Evan's chest tightened. "One what?" "A last door." The door at the end of the hallway in front of him creaked open. Just a little. Light spilled out, warm and familiar. Evan's heart jumped. He recognized that light. It was the same yellow glow as his apartment. The voice softened. "You can go back." Hope surged through Evan. "Really?" "Yes," the voice said. "Just walk through." Evan hesitated. Something felt wrong. Too easy. "What's the catch?" he asked. There was a pause. "You don't come back the same." The door opened wider. Inside, Evan could see his couch, his TV, his window with the city lights outside. Home. Evan took a step forward. The moment his foot crossed into the hallway, the door behind him slammed shut. The other hallway vanished. Evan ran toward the open door, heart pounding. As he got closer, he noticed something off. His apartment was too clean, too perfect. No jacket on the chair, no shoes by the door, no mess at all. He slowed down. Inside the apartment, someone sat on the couch, watching TV. Evan stopped breathing. The person on the couch turned their head. It was him. Same face, same clothes, same tired expression. The other Evan smiled. "You took longer this time," he said. Evan shook his head violently. "No, no, no, no." The other Evan stood up. "It's okay," he said calmly. "I remember how confusing it is." "What are you?" Evan whispered. The other Evan looked past him, toward the hallway. "I opened the door," he said. "Just like you." The TV turned off by itself. The apartment lights dimmed. "You don't belong out there anymore," the other Evan continued. "This place needs someone inside." Evan backed away slowly. Behind him, the hallway lights turned red. The door he came through began to close. "Wait," Evan said, panic flooding his voice. "If you're here, then who am I?" The other Evan stepped closer. "You're the replacement." The door behind Evan slammed shut. The apartment vanished. Evan found himself standing in a familiar hallway. His hallway. 4th floor. Lights buzzing softly. Normal. Too normal. He looked down at his hands, breathing hard. "Did I make it?" he whispered. A door opened nearby. A neighbor stepped out, glanced at Evan, then froze. The neighbor's eyes widened in fear. "You shouldn't be here," the man whispered. Evan frowned. "What do you mean? I live here." The neighbor slowly shook his head. "No," he said. "You moved out last year." Evan's phone buzzed in his pocket. He pulled it out with shaking hands. A notification filled the screen. "Building alert. The last door is now open." At the end of the hallway, a door that hadn't been there before slowly appeared.